Good evening, or whenever you're watching this. So this is a voiceover, as you may or may not know. So this is round 5 of the Manor Farm Winter League, which is run by Gary Watt, aka Mr. Chips, for those who don't know his nickname. So I've drawn peg 18 again on Ash. So round 3 I was on Ash. Is that right? Yeah. Round 3 was on Ash. I'm not even sure if I was or wasn't. Anyway, one of the rounds I was on Ash Pool and I drew 18 and didn't do very good. And I was worried that was going to be the same case. It's in the middle of a lake, so there's definitely worse pegs than where I am. And I feel it's definitely better. Peg 20 has just been very dominant, if I could speak properly, which is a peg next to me. So you'd like to think that 18 would be great as well, right? Anyway, so started on the lead and bread, because I know Alan Oram caught really, really well on peg 15 when 18 wasn't in. So you think, oh, happy days. So this is sped up, so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just trying to build up my peg. So I'm hoping to catch a lucky, spawny big carp. Well, this didn't happen at this stage. I never had a bite, line, or anything. Now, Ash Pool, for those who don't know, because there'll probably be a lot of people that are watching this video for the first time, may have never fished Ash or even seen this video. So if you're new to the channel, hello. And if you're new to Manor Farm, then Ash Pool's the smallest lake out of the lakes that are on complex, so on site. But it's still quite deep, so it's probably a good 8 foot at the moment, because the water level is, I would say, normal. That is norm. Because it's on a water table, sometimes in the summer it does drop a little bit. So, you know, it's great because it is on a water table, so it helps with natural sort of filtration, if I got that right. So anyway, I'm no expert on water. So, started now short with pellets, which I'm going to convert to a maggot line. So, just started on pellets. The lad next to me has already had about 4 F1s. So maybe I felt maybe I might have missed the boat, but I'm not so sure. There's a little skimmer, which is a terrible sign, in my opinion. And again, missed bite, and I'm feeling the worst now already. So I haven't fed very much, so another little skimmer. But I've been pinging pellets long, slightly to my left without infringing, going halfway or anything like that. So I would never want to push the boundaries. Anyway, boundaries another lake on site. So anyway, so now I'm going to fish our pellet long. So I've got a Coppins eye pellet, which is obviously a tough draw pellet because there's so many little fish in here. I feel like picking 4mm Coppins and then feeding 6mm Coppins as well. So I'm not using like my normal seafood feed pellets, so I am using Coppins pellets because they're much more sort of like durable. Trying to like lift and drop as well. Being quite positive because I definitely do need a win or a second. And I feel a second is achievable. I think 20 is going to be really hard to beat. But again, I'm next door, so you'd like to think that might happen. So this is my first proper fish. So I've got a 0.5 gram Maver float with like a sort of like a strung bolt. I've got an 8-inch hook length with a 12 to a size 18 hook with a microband from Maver, which they're really small. So it looks pretty good, to be honest with you. So then real small latex bands, really thin. Some of the bands when you buy them, as in the latex bands, the bait bands, they can be a bit too thick on rubber. Yeah, they're great for being durable and stuff. But when you ain't catching that many fish, I think thinner is better. Because it just looks a bit more natural. And then obviously it gives me a lot of flexibility to put like 4, 6 or even an 8mm. Trouble is, because they're very small, you probably can only get an 8mm on a few times before the band will probably break because you're obviously stretching it so far. Now I'm a big fan of lassos, but the trouble is I'd have to have so many different rigs potentially kitted up. So, because I wasn't sure exactly how it's going to fish, because sometimes 4mm are better, sometimes a 6, and I know some of the lads have caught well fishing 8mm, and if you're Derek Newsom, you might use a 10mm. which is my mate, opposite in the blue van to the left, for those who don't know. Now I'm no expert, and I'm not sure exactly what's happened. And obviously, I stopped getting bites, went shallow, speeded up video just to show what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to find where the depth is. I was missing a few bites and used a 4mm. When I had a 4mm on, I got a few iffy bites which I couldn't hit. Now I've missed quite a few. I'm convinced they're small fish. Put a 6mm pellet on, don't get a bite. But various different depths, I'm convinced it's just small fish. So yeah, I could be wrong and I could be an idiot missing loads of bites, but I don't think I'm that bad at fishing. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, the lake did sort of switch off as well, to be fair. So looking around the lake, it did sort of fished it back off. Now I definitely should have chucked a feeder. Looking back at this is a terrible mistake by me. Catching these little tiny fish, just going nowhere. But putting something in the net, I know, and sometimes fish can attract other fish. And there's quite a lot of better stamped skimmers in here, but I didn't have it right. Looking back, this was almost going to be deja vu. So I just wish I chucked a little method feeder sooner. I did get off my box and hit one up. Well, it's in a ready-made bag, so it took 2 seconds to do. That's definitely a mistake. Sometimes like watching these videos back is beneficial for me as well. And I think this pinging as well was maybe a bit too positive. I've hit it really hard with my bit short. And like I said, I just felt I had to be positive. But at the same time, maybe looking back at this, maybe let's just say how it is. Maybe I've blown the peg slightly. But the trouble is, having said that, and I contradict myself slightly, maybe the trouble is a lot of these pellets and stuff may have got, or would get eaten by these little skimmers. That's why I've opted for cuppings. I felt they'd be a bit more durable and stuff. If it was really cold, then I think squirting pellets would be better, so I definitely would be using like seafood pellets or the 365. To be honest with you, I like the seafood personally. I think the nut, I find I catch a lot more skimmers on that. Rig wise on this is getting half a gram, so it's still quite deep, even short, it's like 6 foot. Now I've taken my extension off my landing net, make it shorter so I'll be a bit quicker catching these skimmers. Because I'm making a decision now, because not much has been caught. I'm going to go try and catch these skimmers. So they're probably on average maybe 8 to 10 to the pound, so they're not very big, but there's obviously a chance of catching F1s, and obviously there's a chance of catching bigger skimmers. Now unfortunately I didn't catch any bigger F1s short until the last 40 minutes, and I believe I only had 3 anyway, which is really disappointing. So yeah. So the wind did get up, and I'm very lucky to have the wind off my back. Got a great big tree behind me, which I hope don't blow on me with my luck at the moment. So I fed to my left it 6.5 sections. So what's that going to be? About 7 meters. So it's just this side of the platform, and I've gone for 3 foot of water, put maggots and a few micros in, just scretting micros. So it just hinders carp pellets. Never had a bite. But actually, that's not strictly true. I did have a little tiny perch, but I don't think a 1 ounce perch is really going to make a difference to my tally. So that was a bit disappointing. The lights beginning to go, as you can see, just cloud cover and stuff, and obviously coming into the last half hour of the match. Now, I'm hoping that my peg's going to come alive. I've definitely primed enough maggots. I've probably fed, at this point, maybe a pint and 3/4. And I'm not catching that many skimmers now, because obviously I feel I've overfed it and caught a few. And hopefully these F1s are coming, because that's why it's gone quiet. But it was evident that he just seemed to catch one, and then they just go. Which is really frustrating. So like last 20 minutes, you think, oh, happy days, I'm going to bag up, which just didn't happen. And the thing is with this lake, it was going to be really tight. Felt like Peg 20's won it, and to be fair, Peg 13's caught really, really well as well. He's had a few on the method. He's fished a good match, to be honest with you, on 13, because I wouldn't have fancied that much from the other side of the road. He's had a few fish on the method. I believe, I might be wrong. And then he's caught fish short, and then he's caught like at 6 meters in open water, and then he's caught down his edge as well. So fair play to him to come second off there. There's the weights. I am currently on 19 points, which is Derek's favourite number. But there's quite a few of us on 19 points. There's 4 of us, so quite a lot to play for. So 25th of February is the next round. Wish me luck. I'm on Island Pool.